We are starting with value added method to calculate national income of the economy. As the name suggested, the name of the method is value added. It means by adding the value addition to all the sectors of the economy, and by adding them, we can arrive at the national income. We can arrive at the national income. To explain this concept, I am giving you one example. I have already told you that as the name suggested, this method is called value added, means value addition method. So when I talk to you regarding this particular method, we have to understand that what is value addition, and with the help of example, I'll try to explain you. For example, one farmer who has produced wheat sold it to the manufacturer for ₹1000. फार्मर ने वीट का प्रोडक्शन किया जिसको उसने ₹1000 के में मैन्युफैक्चरर को सोल्ड आउट कर दिया. Manufacturer had produced biscuit from it and sold it to the wholesaler for ₹1500. मैन्युफैक्चरर ने उससे बिस्किट बनाए और उसको होलसेलर को 1500 का सेल आउट कर दिया. Wholesaler has sold it to the retailer for ₹2000 after packaging and all, and retailer has sold it to the consumer for ₹2500. For ₹2500. So if I want to calculate domestic income or national income of the economy, the value of production of farmer is 1000, the value of production of manufacturer is 1500, the value of production of wholesaler is 200, and so on. So if we want to use this method, we have to understand the contribution of each one. Okay, I am giving you just one example. For example, the contribution of farmer. Farmer has produced the commodity or produced the wheat for ₹1000 and sold it to the manufacturer. So farmer has sold the commodity to the manufacturer for ₹1000. So all the addition in this is done by the farmer. So the contribution of farmer is 1000. So the contribution of farmer is 1000. फार्मर ने ₹1000 का जो वीट बेचा है मैन्युफैक्चरर को, उसके ऊपर की हमें कोई चेन नहीं दी हुई. इट मींस जो भी एडिशन किया है वो फार्मर ने ही करा है. एंड सो द कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द फार्मर इन दिस इज 1000. बट व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द मैन्युफैक्चरर, मैन्युफैक्चरर ने वही कमोडिटी हैज सोल्ड इट टू द होलसेलर फॉर ₹1500, but he has purchased from the farmer for ₹1000. उसने बिस्किट प्रोड्यूस कर होलसेलर को 1500 का बेचा है, but he has produced it for ₹1500. He has basically sold it for ₹1500 and purchased the wheat from the farmer for ₹1000. So his contribution is ₹500. It's very easy to understand this. So the contribution of manufacturer is 500. Similarly, the contribution of wholesaler, he has sold for 2000 and purchased for 1500. So the contribution of wholesaler is also 500. And when I talk about the retailer, the contribution of retailer here, it is equal to 500. So the value addition by farmer is 1000, value addition by manufacturer is 500, wholesaler 500, and retailer 500. So when it comes out to the total contribution, by everyone, so the total contribution is equal to 2500. It is equal to 2500. How we get it? 1000 plus 500 plus 500 plus 500. So we have to understand this thing by getting the value addition of each, I can get the total value addition. I can get the total value addition, and that is basically is called value added method, when we add the value addition of each producer. But when I talk about the economy, when I add the contribution of each sector, primary, secondary, and tertiary, and by adding all those, we get the gross domestic product at market price of the economy. So I have generally used the formula that you can understand here. The contribution of farmer is 1000. So farmer has produced the good of rupees 1000. So value of output produced by the farmer is 1000 minus farmer intermediate cost. As there is no chain is given above, so we are assuming the intermediate cost. It means the cost of raw material is 0. We are considering in case of farmer. So the contribution of farmer is basically called value addition. It's called value addition. Similarly, manufacturer has produced the good or sold the good for rupees 1500. So output value is 1500, and the cost to the manufacturer for raw material that he has purchased from farmer is 1000. So the value addition is there 500. Same with the wholesaler and retailer, and by adding all those, we get the value addition of the whole economy. Value addition of the whole economy, and we now have to understand. So the formula under this method, I can say the formula, it is created gross value added at market price is equal to value of output minus value of intermediate cost. Okay, and you can see here retailer has sold the good to the consumer for rupees 2500, and here the answer also comes out to be 500 by addition of each sector. By adding all, we also get the answer 2500. So the value of final goods and the answer that we get from the value addition is same. And when I add the value of the final goods as we done in the expenditure method, we calculate GDP at MP. Answer is 2500, because when I use expenditure method, I take private final, government final consumption expenditure. So I will take 2500 is the final sale, and here answer is also 2500. So we have to keep in mind, either you calculate the answer by value added method, or either you calculate the answer by expenditure method, and by expenditure method we calculate GDP at MP. Answer is same. Answer is same. So now we have to keep in mind to understand the formula. To understand the formula, so the formula of gross value added at market price, formula here it is written value of output minus value of intermediate consumption. Value of output minus value of intermediate consumption. Value of output, you can understand it by the name only. Value of output means the value of production that he has produced, minus value of intermediate cost, that is called the cost of raw material. And by deducting cost from the value of output, we get the gross value added at market price. So we have to understand the formula. And when I talk to you regarding the concept of value of output, what comes under the value of output? Value of output means value of production. Value of production. If the value of output is given to you, then very good. If it is not given to you, then you have to add three components. First component is sales. Second component is change in stock. And the third component is production for self-consumption. If I give you one example, for example, my factory produces bread. My factory produces bread. From this production, I can do one thing. Suppose that for rupees 6,000, I have sold the goods or the bread in the market. 6,000 रुपए की ब्रेड मैंने कहां बेच दी बेटा? मार्केट में बेच दी. 2,000 का स्टॉक अभी भी मेरे पास है. It means that is called change in stock or addition to the stock. It may be positive, it may be negative also, that we have already discussed in the expenditure method also. So sales, I have told you कि 6,000 की मैंने सेल कर दी है. 2,000 का अभी स्टॉक में भी है मेरे पास, एडिशन है स्टॉक के अंदर. और 2,000 का मैंने खुद के लिए प्रोड्यूस किया. 2,000 का मैंने खुद के लिए प्रोड्यूस किया. तो टोटल कितना प्रोडक्शन हुआ? 6,000 प्लस 2,000 का स्टॉक अभी भी हमारे पास है. 6 + 2 8,000 प्लस 2,000, that is total called 10,000. That is called value of output. So value of output includes sales plus change in stock plus production for self consumption. That you have to understand. Value of output includes sales plus change in stock plus production for self consumption. If I talk to you regarding the sales, how do you calculate sales? The formula of sales, if I sold 100 units, and the price of each unit is 20, 100 into 20, that is equal to 2,000. So the value of sales here, it is 2,000. Value of sales here, it is 2,000. That is 200 units into the price per unit is 10. So basically I have sold the good for rupees 2,000. So I can calculate the sales by multiplying quantity sold with the price per unit of output. I hope it's clear to you. This is the first formula of sales. And the second formula of sales, when I talk to you regarding the total sales include two things. Either the sales can be domestic sales and sales to rest of the world. For example, if I sold the bread for rupees 4,000 in the domestic market and for rupees 2,000 in the international market, so my total sale would be equal to 6,000. Now you have to keep in mind, sales has two components, domestic sales and exports. In question, if the sales are already given to you, sales by Sumit's company, ठीक है ना, sales by XYZ company, and export is also given, then you don't have to take export, you have to ignore export. Why? Because in sales, export is already given. Sales, export is already given. But if it is clear mentioned, domestic sale is this much and export is this much, then you have to add it to calculate the total sales. So I hope my point is clear to you. For example, if it is written sales by company A, in sales by company A, export is already given. But if they mention like this, sales by company A to B itna, export itna, then we have to add the two. So sales plus change in stock, formula of change in stock you already know, that is closing stock minus opening stock. Formula is closing stock minus opening stock. When I talk to you regarding the value of intermediate cost, because we have to minus the intermediate cost, value of intermediate cost is equal to purchase of raw material plus other intermediate expenditure. जैसे मैंने एग्जांपल दिया था, मैन्युफैक्चरर ने सेल करा 1,500 का, लेकिन उसने फार्मर से जो वीट प्रोड्यूस करा था वो 1,000 रुपीज का था. अब मैन्युफैक्चरर के लिए जो वीट है वो रॉ मटेरियल है. बिस्किट मैन्युफैक्चरर के लिए वीट क्या है? रॉ मटेरियल है. तो उसकी इंटरमीडिएट कॉस्ट क्या होगी? जितने का उसने रॉ मटेरियल परचेज करा. तो वैल्यू ऑफ इंटरमीडिएट कॉस्ट में जनरली वी इंक्लूड परचेज ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल, बट इट ऑल्सो इंक्लूड्स अदर इंटरमीडिएट एक्सपेंडिचर, जो भी हमारे एक्सपेंडिचर है, लाइक एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, expenditure on transportation, that all covers under the cost, that all covers under the intermediate cost. That is the thing that we have to keep in mind. And when I talk about the purchase of raw material, we can also say it purchases, we can also say it purchases. And raw material or intermediate, either we can purchase it from our country or from rest of the world, which is called import, which is called import. So if the purchases are already given to you, purchases by Sumit's company, so we don't need to take import. But if purchases are not given and they are mentioning purchase by company A from company B itna and import itna, then we have to add the two. Then we have to add the two. So by deducting intermediate cost, we get the GVA at MP. And I have just discussed in the previous slide, this GVA at MP that we calculate by value added method is equal to GDP at MP, is equal to GDP at MP. Why? Because answer by value added method or answer by expenditure method is same. Because at last, when we have discussed in the last slide, answer is 2500. Either we take the value of the good that is purchased by the consumer for rupees 2500, or by adding the value addition we get the answer 2500. So now we have to calculate the national income from this formula GDP at MP. The formula of net is gross minus depreciation, national equal to domestic plus NFIA, P ka P and factor cost ka formula market price minus net indirect taxes, and that is how we calculate the national income through value added method. Even if you have any doubt, just see the formula, understand the formula, write the formula, practice the formula, and even after that also, if you have any doubt, you can mention in the comment box, you can call me, so I can discuss your doubts also. So please do all the three methods that I have covered in the previous video also. First concept that I have done with basic concepts of national income, that you have to do before all the videos, either income expenditure method and the value added method. Then I have discussed the income method, then the expenditure method, and the last method is called the value added method. Okay, now we'll start the numericals. The first question that we have to discuss here, we have to calculate gross value added at factor cost from the following data. Here we have to see the components of value added method are given to you. So simply we can apply the formula of value added method and then we can simply do this question. And we know according to the value added method, we calculate GVA at MP. And the formula of GVA at MP is equal to value of output minus value of intermediate cost. Either intermediate cost or either I can say intermediate consumption. And here I can see that the value of output is not directly given to you. Value of output we know includes the sales plus change in stock. Value of output includes the sales plus change in stock. And to calculate the sales, here the unit of output sold is given and the price per unit of output is given. So I can do one thing. I can multiply the quantity sold with the price per unit, that is 20. That will give me sales. And then I will add the plus change in stock. And here the change in stock is minus 500. Sales plus change in stock. And then I have to minus the intermediate cost also. And in this question, the intermediate cost is minus 15,000. So when I solve this question, so 20 into 2000, that gives me the value of 40,000. 40,000 minus 15,000, that is equal to 25,000. And 500 again I have to minus, so answer is 24,500 is basically the value of GVA at MP. Okay, and we have to calculate GVA at FC. So in this question, GVA at MP we have already calculated, and I make the formula G same, V same, A same. I have to deduct only net indirect tax. Okay. So when I deduct the net indirect taxes, GVA at MP is 24,500 minus net indirect tax. And here the net indirect tax is not given to you. So the formula of net indirect taxes, indirect taxes minus subsidies. Indirect tax is not given, so we'll consider it as 0. And the subsidy in this question is given to you 3,000. So when I calculate this 24,000 minus get it added, so answer would be 27,500. Answer would be 27,500. That you can see the answer on the screen also, and answer is just basically our answer match. It means if we know the formula, then we can do such type of questions also. Okay. Now when I moving to the second question, I'm moving to the second question according to the value added method. Here, the question is basically given to you. We have to calculate the GVA at MP only, that we just calculate. But here the components are little bit different. Okay. So by this method, we calculate GVA at MP, and the formula we already know, value of output minus value of intermediate cost. Okay. Then GVA at MP is equal to value of output includes sales plus change in stock. And here the sales are not given, but the components are given. The domestic sales is given to you 200, and the export is given to you 10. By adding that, I got the total sales, and plus change in stock also I have to add, plus change in stock, and here it is minus 10, and here it is minus 10. So we can simply write minus 10 also, because the change in stock is there negative. And then minus, we have to do the intermediate cost. Here the intermediate cost is not given to you. Intermediate cost is not given to you. Now we have to understand the thing, what is intermediate cost. Okay. Intermediate cost generally includes the raw material, and the other intermediate expenditure. And here it is written one item that is called single use producer goods. It means there is only a single use. It means it is completely used up during the same year. That types of goods are called intermediate goods. So rather than giving intermediate goods, they have given the single use producer goods. If they write the statement like durable use producer goods, then we don't take it. They have given single use producer goods. Single use means one time use, then they are completely used up. So they are basically intermediate goods. So we have to deduct 120, and the answer would be plus 10 and minus 10 would be cancelled, and 200 minus 120, answer would be equal to 80, and our answer match. And this is the board question of year Delhi 2016. Okay, I hope the concept is clear to you. And now we'll do one more question of the value added method. When I do the question of value added method, in this question I have to calculate the sales, which is a part of value added method. But here the NVA at FC is given to you. So I can do one thing. I can calculate GVA MP. And we know the formula is value of output minus value of intermediate cost. And when I calculate GVA at MP, and here it is written NVA at FC. So what the thing that I can do, I can calculate GVA at MP from NVA at FC. ठीक है, so that I can, after calculating GVA at MP, we can put in that formula, the first formula that we have written. So gross is equal to net plus depreciation, because that is we already discussed in the first class, in the first video, that is the basic concepts of national income. Then VV, AA and MP is equal to FC plus NIT. When I solve this question, GVA at MP is equal to NV at FC. In this question is given to you 560 plus depreciation. Depreciation in this question is given to you 60, and plus NIT. NIT in this question is given to you indirect taxes minus subsidies. So subsidy it is not given, so I can simply add 60, and answer comes out to be GVA at MP. 560 plus 60 is 620. 620 plus 60 is 680. I hope my calculation are right. 560 plus 60 is 620, and 620 plus 60 is 680. And now I can put it in the first formula, that is 680 is equal to sales plus change in stock, and change in stock here it is given to you bracket minus 30, sales plus change in stock, minus intermediate cost that is given to you 1000. So you need to calculate here sales. You need to calculate here sales. So when I calculate the sales, it is equal to 680 plus 1000 plus 30. Answer comes out to be 680 plus 30 is 710 plus 1000. Answer is 1710. Okay, I hope you understand this question, and you are able to understand how we do the questions of the value added method. There are so many questions given in other books also. You can practice. If there is any problem, you can mention in the comment box. Okay, you can also call me. So I hope you understood this concept. Okay, so now we are ending with this value added method.